Hello and namaste everyone. This is Hilde Larsen coming to you from nature again. I am an author of 3 books. I'm a detox specialist. I am a health and success coach. I make online programs. I have a membership site and I love doing YouTube videos to educate you on how to live stronger, better, healthier, and how to claim your health even when it seems impossible. How and why? Number 1, because I educated myself, I lived through it, I lived through severe illness. And number 2, it's my purpose, it's my passion. It is what makes me tick, it's my mission. And I'm so happy that you're here. And today's video, I know the title is pretty bold. I'm going to tell you why you should fire your doctor. First of all, remember, when you have a severe injury, when you need the ER, when you need trauma care, you go, okay? I love that. I love the fact that there are so many compassionate people that are able to help people in desperate need. Acute help is so important. This is not what we're talking about. So we're stepping back into why a doctor's care may not be what you are seeking if you're faced with anything than optimal health on a regular basis. And why is this? Because when we look at the medical industry today, it is a symptom-based system, meaning what they look for is how to suppress your symptoms, how to manage the symptoms, how to diagnose, put into a box, a container, a label, and then give you medication so that the symptoms can go away, be manageable for a while anyway, and leave you, us, believing that everything is all better now. And you know what? It really isn't. The thing is this. Looking at the symptoms as something that needs to go away, something that we need to suppress, is a very, very young philosophy. You don't have to go further than to the Chinese, the Asian, the Indian, Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, all indigenous tribes. They were working with nature, with plants, with spirit, with energy, with letting go of what was obstructing the system of the person experiencing the symptom. Now here comes big old pharma saying, hey, we want monopoly of this. We're going to create a lot of chemicals so that you can feel better. And we're going to get so powerful that we're going to tell you and everyone else that anything not aligned with our philosophy is called alternative treatments, quackery, and it is not advisable. So I even have to tell you right now, I am not a doctor. So nothing that I can give you or that I tell you about is medical advice. Thank God. This is me speaking to you from my knowledge, from my experience, telling you nature is perfect, telling you suppressing a symptom is not where you want to go if you're looking for true health. Suppressing any symptom is not getting healthy. If you have anything going on in your body, could even be a UTI, you know what that means, urinary tract infection. We go to antibiotics to suppress. Yes, the symptoms will go away for now, Have you noticed that people have reoccurring? What would be reoccurring? It's the same thing. It comes up again because it wants to be healed. If you are diagnosed with anything that is needing constant medications, then you know that all you're doing is suppressing. Because if you are healing at all, then you could just stop the medications, right? And you'll be fine. You'd be perfect. You'd be healthy. And if you know what I know, you know that's not true. So we need to look at the system, not the symptom. And you're not going to fire your doctor to find someone else that can give you something else for your systems. Your symptoms. You're going to allow yourself to heal. And this is what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to see this. There's no money in health. Really. We treat our animals better than humans. There are no money in sick animals in the same way. We treat them better. And I'm talking about our domestic animals, like horses and dogs and cats. Humans, we're worth a lot if we're not, in optimal health. Just because there's so much money in the drugs. Have you ever thought about that? I don't speak about that much because I'm about the health. I'm not about looking in that direction. But sometimes I'm like, oh, come on. It's got to be put out there. Everybody's got to know this. You have to know that going to a doctor looking for medication is not the same as looking for healing. It's looking for medication. It's looking for medicine. It's looking for chemicals to suppress the symptoms. So this is what I experienced myself. Once I stopped taking all the drugs that were prescribed to me to suppress the symptoms of my severe rheumatoid arthritis, to try to suppress the symptoms from my Lyme's disease or even my ulcers in my stomach. Once I stopped that, I realized how freaking sick I really was because all those medications, all they had done was suppress my symptoms. Had I gotten any better? Did I have any less rheumatoid arthritis after 3 years on the most, the strongest medications out there? Heck no. There was no indication of anything that I being in a much worse state. Not only had my original symptoms had the time to just wallow behind the curtain, but I also got to experience all the side effects of the chemicals that was put into my body on top of my already acidic body. See, that is another thing. First, do no harm. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine thy food. Hippocrates. This is the original thought of being a doctor, being a healer. A healer does not work with suppressing symptoms. A healer wants to go to the cause, to look for true health, to set that free, to bring that forth. And I got to live that horror of exploring my true state of health, which was pretty darn bad. It was crazy bad. I could hardly breathe, move. My heart wasn't beating regularly for a couple of years. And sadly, this is what I see with so many of my clients. Weaning back off those chemicals can be such a challenge. And I'm not telling you to stop anything. Do not take this from this video. I don't want you to stop your medications if you're on any. I want you to educate yourself. I want you to wake up to the fact that, oh my God, there is another way. Oh my God. What I have been told is like alternative, old-fashioned, voodoo, humbug, herb, medicine. It's where we all came from, nature. And I'm not saying that chasing any therapeutic theory is a good thing. I am saying, let's step back. Let's step back and just get into the firing mode. With everything that is not serving us, it is allowed. We are sovereign. You're sovereign. You're the boss. You're the adult in this health facilitator, what am I gonna do relationship. And it's the responsibility that I'm also talking about all the time. The responsibility. Who's responsible for our health? We are. Who is responsible for how we feel? We are. Who's responsible for the way that we live our life? We are. Who's responsible for how we feel? We are. Who's responsible for how we approach any challenge in our life? We are. So there's not going to be gold for any of us in walking into a relationship with someone or something, a theory that is not serving our optimal health, which is our freedom in the way of expressing ourselves in this physical body. We're spiritual beings in a physical body. And without the physical body, we do not have the ability to express ourselves fully. It's my belief. Not that you can't have an amazing life in a body that is less than optimal. But it's natural for any being, I believe, to seek to better themselves, to be the best that we can be. So if there's any obstacles in your life that is not for you to change, then we need to ask the same thing, how can I see the difference? And accept it, and embrace it, and love it, and live with it. But that which we can change, that which we can do better, that which we can learn and grow from, that is our responsibility. That is where our true nature is serving us, if we'll let it. So, how do you start on a journey like that? And how do you grab your mind around the difference between medicating and educating? Because from medicating comes only a state of sleep. You're only going to follow the same path of nothingness when it comes to evolving around your responsibility for your own health. You've given away the authority, number one. Number two, you've accepted the outcome the way it is going to be without taking any charge of anything, and you're not learning anything, and most likely it's the road towards Hellville, towards more pain and suffering. Like I was going. Nothing about the road that I was on was even, it wasn't spiritual, it wasn't evolving for me, it wasn't something to grow from, but it was something to learn from, to get to where I am today. So once you see that, then you can empower yourself and know that if you move away from that, you can move to the educating part. And once you start educating yourself, you'll learn more and more about the ability that the body has to heal itself. Because it does. I am so bold that I will say it can heal itself from mostly anything. Genetics? Yes. They're the weaknesses. Can we heal from that? Yes. The body is rewriting itself every day, every second of the day. New cells being made. This is all about information, all about energy. And what information are we giving ourselves with chemicals? What information are we giving our whole system by saying, I believe I will never get well? That is a pretty rough sentence for a body and a soul to bear. If you walk towards educating yourself, getting more aware, learning the alternatives out there, learning that by cleansing your body, you can regenerate. By learning that, oh, I changed my diet, only a couple of weeks on living amazing food and I feel better. You'll feel so empowered, and that road is leading you more and more and more to Wellville, to the happy corner, to your sovereignty, to your freedom. We're talking about imprisonment and freedom. We're talking about pain and thriving. We're talking about fear and being content. So I'm challenging you to step up and educate yourself by every means that you can. And it is free for all of us today. Yes, there are a lot of information out there. Yes, it can be confusing, but look towards those that have gone where you want to go. Look to those that have done what you seek to do yourself. I would of course tell you to read my 3 books. From Hell to Inspired, which has my whole story of how I was so darn sick, I couldn't even breathe almost. I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't chew my food. I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything. To where I am right now. My second book, Know the Truth and Get Healthy, it had to come out of me because people were asking me, what did you do, what did you do? And this is the, it's a step-by-step book that will tell you everything you need to know about health, about how to get healthy. There's not a word in there about any medications. Not what to take, not what not to take, nothing about suppressing the symptoms, nothing about feeling better for a while. It's about getting to the cause so that you can feel free and be empowered to live your life the way that you want to live it. Now the third book is my favorite actually, and it's called No More Bullshit. And this is where we're at right now. We're at the no more bullshit crossroads because it's time for all of us to wake up. It's time to wake up, not to all the crap that's out there necessarily, but to wake up to who we really are and all the positivity that's out there and all the possibility that's out there and every opportunity that you have to change something. Because without changing anything or something, you'll never see change in your life. We have to fire, ditch, say bye-bye, sayonara to everything that is not serving our higher purpose, which is to transform and heal not only ourselves, but this whole world. This world that we live in. We see sickness, we see war, we see suffering, torture. It all reflects the energy that we're stuck in. And it doesn't free us to go to the chemical side, believing that we should just suppress everything. Just broom it under the carpet, shall we? No. Let's roll that carpet away. Let's bring out the big cleaner. Let's look it right in the eye and say, hey, you know what? I am going to look at you, and I'm going to take responsibility, and I'm going to pick up my own shit. I am going to transform because I'm worth it. My family's worth it. My whole lineage is worth it, and the world is worth it. And with every bite you take, every step you walk, every thought you think, every emotion you feel, you are a part of that creation. We are a part of a whole. So my friends, I hope that this inspired you today to take charge, and I really hope that you watch my other videos, that you subscribe to my channel, and that you share this video if you have anyone that you feel needs to hear it. So again, ditch whatever and whoever is not aligned with your highest purpose, mission, passion, enthusiasm, and joy. And I love you. Namaste, my friends.